Now you can do some fun things with the diff command. So let's go ahead and look at a couple of examples. I'm going to type git help diff to open up some help on the diff command. Now we can use this help command on any command inside of Git to learn more about it. And let me just walk you through the main sections of each one of these entries. So this opens up the Git manual to the specific page where the command is being discussed, and it opens up in Vim. So again, we can press down to scroll down, up to scroll up. The first is the name. This is git diff, and it gives a short description, show changes between commits. The synopsis tells us exactly how the command is implemented when you use it on the command line. So it shows the different structures. So for example, we type git diff, and then we can add any options, and the options will show below. And then we might use commit 2 dashes, and we might use a path. And all of these are optional depending on the structure that we're going to use. And you see some alternate structures as we go down. Here's a more detailed description, and it shows for each one of these implementations what it's supposed to accomplish. And so you can read through this to learn more. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. Now here at the options, we can see what we can pass to the command to do different things. For example, we can generate a patch by using any of these options here. We can generate a unified diff using these options here. So these are aliases. You can either use dash uppercase U or dash dash unified. When you see a parameter with a single dash, that's usually shorthand for a longer parameter. And if you use the full name, you'll typically use 2 dashes for it. So dash dash patch or dash p, both mean the same thing. And any time where there's a variable that you'd pass as part of the parameter name, for example here, you'd see it in brackets, and the n is an indicator of number. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down some more. You see there's a lot of options here, and I've started to scroll through the manual page by using the space bar, and you see that there are various sections that include some helpful information about doing specific things, for example, generating patches. I'm going to keep going down. And near the bottom of every page is usually a set of examples. So for example, we can use git diff, which is what we did. It's the simplified version. We can do git diff cached and git diff head. We'll talk about head later. And this explains what each one will do. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. And here it says we can compare with arbitrary commits. So if we made a commit, say 5 commits ago, and we want to compare that with our current changes, we can do that by passing a particular parameter. I'm going to scroll down some more. And at the bottom, there's a See Also section. And this gives you a sense of what other commands might be connected with this in some way. The number here is the number of references back to this command. So using this help can be really useful, especially that example section, so you can see the correct syntax if you're getting a little confused. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this by pressing Q.